and foreign exchange market amid the Central Bank of Nigeria's fresh efforts to defend the currency. FMQD data showed the exchange as 1,230.61 naira per US dollar on Monday from 1,251.05. This represents 20.89 naira gain from the figure recorded last week. Similarly, the naira traded at 1,220 naira per dollar on Monday at the parallel market. The development follows another tranche distribution of $10,000 to each BDC at 1,101 naira per dollar for over 4 weeks now. The naira has recorded sustained gains against the dollar in foreign exchange market. I still have Justice Ojeno and Joel Kemi, doctoral researcher, public affairs analyst. Let me come to you, Joel. You know, Nigerians, you hear them reacting, saying, we are making progress. But what's your reaction to the Naira's significant recovery against the dollar, gaining over 15% since its record low in February?
Yes, I must give it to Yemi Cardozo. Now we know we have a central bank governor who knows his onions. And the fact that they've been able to bring out policies that's seen the steady rise of the value of the Naira in the last few days is really a welcome development. However, the problem now is the prices. The prices of goods in the market are still the way they are. And then, of course, they always tell you in Nigeria, when the price of commodities go up, it doesn't come down. So what would the government do now to ensure stability in the price? We understand that the government is bringing out the grains to flood the market, to bring up the price of essential commodities like the corn, the grain, and the rest of them. But how about other items? And the fact that the government will have to do a lot to ensure, to minimize importation of these goods as much as possible, because that is what puts a lot of strains on the Naira. So if the government will do that, and then the government will try as much as possible to get the price control board or something like that to ensure that prices, of commodities, will come down as much as possible. Because at the end of the day, the stability of the Naira, yes, it's very good for the economy. It helps the manufacturers and all of that, stabilizes the economy. But the pricing is where we really need to get it right. We understand that some of the pricing could be as a result of the subsidy removal, petroleum product and all of that. But the government has to find a way to ensure price stability, because that's another area where the inflation, is up, because we have more Naira now chasing fewer goods. So the government has to find a way to stabilize the currency. We're getting it right with the dollar, but we need to find a way to ensure the prices of goods and commodities, are within the reach of the common man.
All right, Justice. CBN has prohibited the idea of dollar collateral for Naira loans. How do you think this will impact on the currency's valuation?
Okay, for me, I think that it's a very, very fantastic idea. The fact that anything to reduce the use of dollar for whatever as collateral, fantastic idea. Maybe as for rent, for any transaction in Nigeria. For me, I just feel that it's a fantastic idea. Reduce the use of dollar for anything whatsoever in the country, including as collateral, is a fantastic idea. This is a Naira economy. Everything we do here should be in Naira. So for me, I welcome it wholeheartedly. And whatever it is, also other things that the CBN governor is doing, I'm very, very happy for him that it's turning out this way. He met a mess. And the mess, of course, was we shouldn't continue blaming the past government. But again, he has gone beyond blaming the past government to actually taking serious actions to be able to salvage the Naira. We mustn't forget that one of the high points too is that internationally this landmark achievement is recognized by Goldman Sachs, saying that the Naira is the best performing currency in the whole world in the month of April. So whatever policies they are putting in place to ensure that we continue on this upward trajectory should continue. Including the non-collateralization of Naira by dollar, not using dollars to back Naira.
Okay. So another concern some Nigerians have expressed, I'm laughing because this affects me too. The idea of Naira appreciating every day and is not affecting the food commodity and food items and other commodities. How do you react to that?
You mean depreciating every day?
Yes.
Okay.
It's not affecting the food prices. They're still high.
It's affecting. But let me tell you what the mechanics, it will be the mechanics behind it. We must always remember that when markets are distorted inorganically, like the way it was distorted when Naira was just appreciating, businessmen will take advantage of the day. We must also always remember that our market is not, we are not in a communist society.
Exactly.
We are in a capitalist society.
Bearing in mind that whatever goes up, your guess is as good as mine.
I feel that it will come down, but it may not come down to ground zero. That is where it was before it started appreciating. So we must brace up for that. We should let competition continue. When proper competition and market forces continue, it will come down. It may not be as fast as the dollar rate is dropping, but we must also remember that it may never ever come down to ground zero.
Joe, let me get your rating or how you would rate the performance of the CBN so far. What do you think? Do you welcome the whole strategies at which he has employed to get our Naira to be valued or appreciate more?
Yes. First, the new CBN that we have really needs to be applauded. Like the guest in the studio said, the current administration or the current CBN governor made a total mess. They made a mess of our central bank. They made a mess of everything, and to think that within 1 year or within 9 months, the current governor of the central bank is really putting in policies in place to ensure effectiveness and super run of the central bank really needs to be commended. And the policies, the CBN is bringing out on a daily basis to ensure the stability of the Naira is really applaudable. For example, one of them is issuing fresh guidelines, for the international money transfer operators in Nigeria and the removal of the cap on the exchange rate quoted by the international money transfer operators. It's really a welcome development. And all of these, if within the short 8-9 months we've recorded, and within the last 1 week we've recorded enormous gains, you can imagine what will happen within the next 6 months. So I must give it to the current central bank for all of this. I just hope they're able to sustain it, and then we get the Naira back to what we used to have. Then we need to stop the dollarization of the Nigerian economy as much as possible.
All right, gentlemen, thank you very much for your contributions. I've been speaking with Justice Eugenio. He's here in the studio with me. He's a lawyer, and I have Joel Kemi, Doctor of Research and Public Affairs Analyst. Thank you very much, gentlemen, for your contributions.
My pleasure.
All right, and that's our show for today. Remember, you can follow the conversation on our social media platforms at TVC News NG or on our website at tvcnews.tv. I am Jacinta Agochukwu. Goodbye.